So welcome back everyone to the Juzzy Winter channel. I've got a super interesting video in store for you today. I'll be taking you on a tour of HappyLand. Now I'm going to need to provide some context before jumping into this tour because you're not going to understand what's happening without it. And if you stick around until the end of the video, you'll find out how my friend required a rabies injection after visiting the park. But spoiler alert, he is alive. So this was set to become the largest theme park in Southeast Asia, which would have been quite incredible. This is in Ben Luc, which if you've never heard of, then allow me to introduce. This is a small town just southwest of Ho Chi Minh City with a population of under 200,000 people. 128k was the total in 2003, according to Wikipedia. What's very special about this town though, is that it was set to host a Disneyland and a Universal Studios theme park on the same property, which would have just been sensational. If you think of the cities in the world that have Disneylands, you've got Tokyo, Paris, Hong Kong, Shanghai, and then you can add Ben Luc to this list. And then as far as Universal Studios go, you've got Hollywood, Orlando, Florida, Osaka, Japan, which I went to in 2014, Singapore, Beijing, and then Ben Luc. So the powerhouse city of this list is Ben Luc, and pulling off this HappyLand project would have been monumental for a town that doesn't actually have a McDonald's in it. The original construction of HappyLand began in 2011, and it was predicted to take 3 years to complete. The estimated cost was $2.2 billion US, and some of the attractive features that it was set to have were a hot air balloon, a wine castle, which I'll show you, a Vietnamese themed village, studios, an ancient town, a toy city, and a 5-star hotel. Now that you're up to speed, let me show you around. G'day there, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're in the happiest place on earth, HappyLand. Let's get to it. Okay, so here we are starting outside the park, and here are some images, I guess, of what the park should have looked like had it have been finished, but George is not so convinced to start off with. And then here's the first look at the pearly gates. This part here was finished, the front entrance, and they actually had a security guard manning the gate, which is quite unusual because you can't buy a ticket to get in. He just let us go in, but yeah, it's just a bit strange that they'd have a security guard manning the perimeter because, you know, it's not really open. Here are some horses, and here's one of the citizens just enjoying HappyLand. Can't really read the street signs, but there's Jiminy Cricket again. Here's the first look at the rides. So we have the T-Minator ride there, and that's the Rock and Tug ride. And yep, some more street signs we can't really read, but here we go. Now there's a bit of overgrown shrubs here, hasn't really been mowed lately, but this is the 6D building, which the sixth dimension. I was shocked to find a building that has, I don't know, something to do with tesseracts or something like that. Know of time as the fourth dimension, but I'd be well and truly shocked if HappyLand had uncovered the secrets of the sixth dimension. Yeah, wasn't expecting to find that today. Now, the rides were quite unusual. This actually was one part that was kind of, I wouldn't say it was completed, but probably more so than the rest of the park. Here are some creepy clowns, and if you don't like clowns, then this probably wouldn't have been a great place to be because the rundown nature of it doesn't really add to the experience. So yeah, anyway, didn't get a chance to go on the rides. Went on the duck ride briefly, but got to ride this statue. And this is the wine centre, actually. This is the unfinished wine centre. And we did go in. It might be a little bit structurally unsound, but thought we'd check it out. We're here and probably not coming back ever again. This part here sort of reminded me of one of those optical illusion staircase sort of thingies. We made our way to the top. Okay, so here we are at the top of the unfinished wine building, and have a look at this beautiful view that you get of the HappyLand International Race Track and Ben Luc Town. From the top here, we've got the Ben Luc Town, and then we just have the pearly gates of heaven and the grandstand, and this is the look of HappyLand International Track. There you have it. Now, this is a great moment. We went into the basement and then disaster for George. Georgie, what just happened to you?
I just got splattered on the head by a bat.
Beware the bats. Yep, so not the happiness we were expecting here in HappyLand. George has been splattered on the head by a bat, which required urgent medical attention, actually, and that was a bit of a hassle in the regional town that we're in. But yep, he's alive. He also got bitten by a stray dog on the way out, so it was a bit of a double up of rabies for George. But yep, he's okay, and we can laugh about it now. That's why it's in this video. Here's the grandstand. Here's Spencer walking through some rules of HappyLand Race Track, and here's the design of the international track, which could have been quite fun. We actually thought that was all there was to see in HappyLand. So George, now that you've been to HappyLand, how happy are you?
Only nine. Too many bats.
What?
Too many bats, you know,
When you walked in, how happy were you?
About a 1.
And now you're a
9, 8-point improvement.
So, would you come again?
HappyLand, I'd come again.
You heard it here first, folks. The happiest place on earth. So we'd actually left, but then HappyLand brought us back in. We just couldn't resist coming back for more because we found out we actually hadn't discovered most of the area when we were sitting down at lunch. We saw more on the map to still explore. So here we are, back in the park. Look at this flower bed, pretty nice. And this part actually looked really good. I can imagine this would have had some potential. Massage parlor or something like that, and some paintings here on the... I wouldn't really know how to narrate this part. We're just walking through sort of like an unfinished village, I suppose. This part, again, probably doesn't look like too much, but it could have been good. Here's a horse and cart without the horse, and then here's a man playing a flute without the flute. We weren't really sure what we were going to find at this part. Before we were in the ride section, now we're just in a section that I guess would have had some boats and maybe restaurants and food and stuff. Here is the contest of ornamental creatures, and this kind of looked like Simba from the Lion King. We're getting a little bit strange now, and then bam, this is just a fish tank in the middle of the park, and this was real weird. These big fish just in the darkness here. I don't know who's keeping them alive, but these fish had these weird growths on their heads. Really strange. You couldn't really see into it that well. It was pretty murky water. Who's keeping them alive? Who's feeding them? Who knows? Here we've got a brick igloo. Again, don't really know how to describe this. I feel like it's a difficult one to narrate. Here are some plants, maybe some cactus sort of things. This building, the doors were open, but you can't really tell what it would have been or what it's meant to be. Here's a big outdoor area where I think they actually might use this every now and then for some events. It's like a big open area that you could have concerts and things like that. Conscious Celebration Heal the World sounds like what Bono from U2 would be saying during a concert. Now here's Jiminy Cricket. The toughened glass card that keeps the world's largest number of wishes for love and family happiness from Vietnamese. So I guess we've stumbled upon a world record. We weren't expecting to see any world records in HappyLand, but it is the gift that keeps on giving. We can't really read these signs either, but here are some more water buffaloes. And this section actually would have been quite nice. It's on the riverfront, on the Mekong Delta, some colourful huts. Now, this part was probably not so finished, but we did come up to this water park, and this guy here was doing some heavy lifting with the bulldozer. Wonder if he's, trying to revive the park, but this section actually wasn't too bad. The water looked quite good. Welcome with 2 L's. Here's a pelican thing, and there's another pelican me inside of it. Now, here is a stocked freezer and a stocked fridge full of drinks and ice creams, and you're wondering who put them there or who is coming to buy them. Popcorn stand. Now, this is a menu. 590,000 is about 36 bucks Australian. That would be quite expensive for any meal in Vietnam, actually. So I'm not sure what that is, but yeah, I guess we're coming to the end of it now. We actually walked around 20 kilometers this day, so it was a good day on foot, but that's pretty much the most of it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Hope you enjoyed HappyLand. Let us know what you think. Would you like to come here? Should they revive the project? Some untapped potential, perhaps? Let me know in the comments, because it's a very strange location and, you know, some unfinished business perhaps. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. Hopefully I'll post soon, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.